Hello everyone, my name is Unique and I'm a Nigerian trained medical doctor currently practicing in the UK, and well, at the moment I'm doing my GP training in some area in England. And this video is a good news video. So good news, you've got placement for your GP training, and I'm here to tell you a very big congratulations, as well as give you like tips of the things you should start doing at the moment and how to start preparing in order to cope very well with your training. First of all, I'd like to say a very big congratulations to you. I mean, you've come this far, and this is really a lot. Why am I saying congratulations? I mean, MSRA has recently turned to a tug of war, and even when people have worked hard and studied hard and got good grade, I mean, they struggle to get a spot due to the high rate of competition. But you're here at this time, if you're able to secure this spot. So I'm here to say a very good congratulations to you. As well as give you this tip, what are the things you should be doing now? Well, I mean, you've taken a deep breath, you give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a bottle of drink, and I mean, that's the Okay, so I was trying to say, give yourself a pat on the back. You really tried. I've jotted out some things here that I will be saying. I mean, obviously, for now, you need to be filling up things. Check out for email from your employer and DINRE. They'll be asking you for a lot of things like issuing your COS to apply for visa, filling up for your placement. So look out for those emails and please fill them on time to avoid delaying, your start commencement dates to get everything ready. Then the next thing is after that. Then is if you're coming from abroad, it can be a harmful, starting your NHS journey and your UK journey with training. But I mean, you've come so far, and I'm sure you will be all right. One of the things you do if you're coming from abroad now is to subscribe to Past Medicine AKT if you have the time, especially if time is at your disposal. Subscribe to Past Medicine AKT and start practicing like the questions. I mean, you don't need to practice the questions. You could start reading the Past Medicine textbook itself. What it does is that it gives you what it takes, the position that the country, the UK, wants you to be as a GP registrar. I don't know if you get what I mean. It tells you what is expected of you as a GP. So the textbooks of medicine, it has everything that a GP needs to know and do as much as you can. It gives you orientation about what the NHS is. I mean, it's normal to have a little bit anxiety at this point about, oh, this is my first job and I've come with my first job in the NHS and all that. But I want to tell you that you don't really have reasons to worry a lot. There are many people that have come into training have come into the UK first with a training job. It can be daunting, but then you will still be all right at the end of it. So please, you got this. Don't a little bit anxiety is okay, but I mean, that's why you are watching this video. Then the next thing is to plan for a house and a relocation. Where are you going to be? If you're living in the UK, you may want to ask about how are you going to cope. Are you going to relocate entirely with the family? How is your resignation stuff? And if you're coming from Nigeria, what will be your crashing period before you start looking for a more settlement? So these are the things you need to really put into consideration and think about. And it's okay to do Airbnb for some time and then check out what is available in your own area. If they are going to refund you, your area is going to refund you for every expenses, and make sure that every expenses you're making related to you moving, you keep the receipt, not invoice but receipt, to enable you claim as much as you can claim. And another thing I want to say is take induction period very seriously. I mean, induction period, some people use because it's a period you are very, very distracted because you're trying to settle in the new area. If you've moved from one area in England to another, or maybe you're coming from Nigeria, it's really a very challenging period. But you should take that period very, very serious because that's the time you are not taking responsibility, and that's the time you should learn and ask questions as much as possible. It's always good to understand that when you now start taking responsibility as IMG, the system is new. You have challenges, but don't doubt who you are. But understand that the manner which you approach every challenge will really, really matters a lot. Both, especially for those that are IMGs that are coming from abroad, take all the extended induction you can get. My DINRE used to organize what is called Closing the Gap, where they teach you about communication. If they don't, you think you need to book as much courses as you need to book. Try to book them. You could claim some of those courses, as a trainee. Do communication courses as much as you want to do them. Do the courses you think that will help you. Then for your trust, like some of the things you can read apart from Past Medicine, know your trust. We have like guidelines and some things. You could look at them as much as you can. And then when you start the job, eventually, Asking questions is the key. Keep a smile even when the stress is there, and be shown to have that interest in learning. Don't underrate the power of communication. Being nice, and learning a way to be nice to communicate is really, really very important for this training job. And another important thing is that you're not alone. Always ask questions. You have people you could ask questions. Try to trace people in your area. And then if you're a Nigerian, if you're a Ghanaian, if you're whoever you are, as an IMG, try to look for people, a community that you could belong to. Okay, that you can ask questions, either doctors group. I mean, if you're a Nigerian, there's NDUK, Nigerian Doctors in the UK. I mean, there is CMDA group supporting people. So there are a lot of groups, but don't be alone. So that if there's any small challenge, then you could be able to handle it. And that thing that's very important at Jotted is, please come with your license. If you're in Nigeria and you have time is on your side. Make sure that you've passed Nigerian driving test and you're driving, you're comfortable on the road. You will need it here. The reason is because, I will still talk about if your first posting is GP or hospital. As a GP, you'll be doing a lot of home visit and you need driving. And UK is nice enough to permit doctors to drive for the first 1 year in this country. So what you can be able to use your international license to drive for 1 year in the UK. After 1 year, it's expected that you should have written both the theory and practical tests. So how are you going to do that? Come in with your license. And when you come in, prioritize buying a car. Why I will say it is that you may be lucky to start with hospital posting where you are not doing home visit, but it's going to be stressful for you to do home visits in a harsh weather without a car. So try to get a car. Let it be one of the things you prioritize. And you could get a second-hand car, from auto traders. And some people even get nice cars through asking in the fellow doctors group. Some get nice ones in Facebook market, but beware of scammers in Facebook market. But get a car early. Look for an instructor to give you few hours lesson. Download the government.uk app and read through the road to understand the road sign and get on the road as early as you can. You would need it. But make sure that you stay safe on the road by ensuring that an instructor take you and show you around the road, because the road mappings in the UK can be quite different, so you don't get into driving problems or accidents and all that. So the next thing that is important is, what posting are you doing first? Is it hospital posting or is it GP posting? So for hospital posting, the challenging thing about hospital posting, let me start from the good thing. The good thing about hospital posting is that you have more support because you are not alone. The only time you're alone is when you go into the room to see a patient and clerk and examine, which you can clerk and examine a patient, but you do struggle with your computer and learning things and asking a question. But you easily can see people you sit around and ask questions. That's one advantage of hospital posting. People are always around there for you. But there are other challenges, because if you are doing things like emergency or acute medicine, is a fast pace and you're expected to work in a fast paced area and you are not able because you're struggling with both maybe short forms, accent, and a lot of issues. What you need to do is take things one day at a time. Explain to your team that you're new in the UK and really focus. When you see short form words you don't understand, ask Google. Then there are some colleagues that you definitely notice that they are nice. You can always ask them, but hopefully with time you should be able to get along with that. Then if you're doing GP, like I said, you'll be expected to do home visit, but announce who you are, my first year GP, then ask questions, and then obviously take induction period very, very serious. But the way GP work, GP is you're going to be with the patient for the patient that are booked for you, all alone by yourself. But the good thing is that you can always come early and read through those patients, their management. Like they will come and say they book a patient, facial pain, dizziness, cough. Whenever you see those booking, go to NICE guideline, and first of all, Google the NICE guideline. What NICE guideline recommend you to do as a GP for those patients? So some people, if they book you patient ahead, which you should plead with your supervisor for you to be not to book same day. So before you go home, you even already have the cases you will see. You're able to read around them. That will really help you. And I want you to know the next thing you will do when you in the first 6 months, the first 3 months, is to now follow the induction, follow your regional teaching, and get a long portfolio. If I have time, I'm going to make especially after my ARCP, I'm going to try and make a video about your 14 fish portfolio and see how that can help you, to get along with your portfolio. And I'll also make another video on arranging and planning your training and other things you may want to do in training. But this video is just to tell you a very big congratulations, and these few things you can start putting together. You've got this, and I want you to know you do not need to be afraid. Even if you're an IMG coming from abroad, you will definitely cope. We go raw farm and you'll be all right. Bye.